Hello guys, so welcome back to Let's Education channel where we try to simplify your learning as much as possible. So I've been trying out a particular strategy for the past few weeks. Okay, I've been backtesting it before dishing it out to you guys to be sure that indeed this particular strategy is the real deal. And so I've been able to, in the past 2 days, grow a small $10 account to $100, and I have now decided that yes, it's high time I share the strategy with you guys. Now for me, this strategy is up there when it comes to one of the easiest strategy in terms of execution. Okay, so now what we need to do is simply look out for the indicators that we need to add to the chart, and the first indicator we'll be working with is what we call the average directional index. So let's add it to the chart. Yeah, so this is the ADX. Now we're going to be working with the different parameters: period 14, levels 25 and 0. Okay, then yeah, so that's basically that. So you click on add to the chart, and this is our average directional index you have there. Okay, a very beautiful indicator. Now basically, what does the average directional index do? The average directional index is a technical analysis indicator, so it basically is used to measure the strength of a trend in a financial market. Okay, so I'm going to go straight to adding the very next indicator, which is the Bollinger Band. So I'm going back to the indicator tab, click on look out for Bollinger Band. Yep, sorry, this is my Bollinger Band. Yeah, so I'm going to be working with for some of us it might be the default setting, however you need to be sure. So this is period 20, deviation 2.0, shift 0, close, apply to close, and all of that. Okay, so I'm using a blue color. So after that I click on save. Yeah, then how does this strategy work? First of all, I need to remind you that the Bollinger Band basically measures market volatilities, okay, and then it helps traders to identify overbought or oversold conditions. What do we mean by overbought or oversold conditions? So when market comes and touches the lower Bollinger Band, so it means that the market has been oversold, so it's time to buy. And when the market goes to touch the upper Bollinger Band, it means the market has been overbought, so it's time to sell. But you don't just jump into the trade and say, oh, it's touching the upper Bollinger Band, so it's time to sell. It's touching the lower Bollinger Band, so it's time to buy. No, there are a few things you need to put into consideration, and that's the essence of this strategy. So now let me explain a buy setup for you. Now for a buy setup, you just need to wait for the market to drop. Let's say, okay, you move to H1 time frame. Okay, let's make use of the H1 time frame. And please, I'm very quick to remind you guys that when I make use of my 3 top down time frames, okay, for the top down analysis, when I use something like maybe H4, H1, and M15, it doesn't mean that that is the only time frames you must use. So depends on your style of trading. You could decide to use H1, M15, and M5. Okay, however, I try to avoid you guys using M15, M5, and M1. No, but then H1, M15, M5 is fine, or D1, H4, and H1. So whichever one, depending on the kind of trader you are. So I'm going to be making use of H1, M15, and M5 in this particular. So let me bring up my marker. You move to your H1 time frame, and on the H1 time frame now, if you notice, the market is on oversold here. Okay, so it has started coming out of the band. So that is what I want. I want to see the market coming out of the band before I before I know what I need to do. Then the next thing is, once I see that, I'm going to put my marker there. Then I move to the M15. On the M15 time frame, what am I waiting for? I'm going to go over to the ADX and ensure that the ADX, the green ADX, remember I'm looking for a buy signal. I will ensure that the green ADX is underneath the red one, underneath the red one, the red ADX. Once it happens, good, then I know that everything is aligning perfectly well. Then the next thing I'll do is I will switch to the M5. Good. And on the M5 time frame, what am I expected to do? So I'm going to look out for the crossover of the green above the red. Okay, so it's not just about it crossing over. When you can't just say because it has crossed over, then you jump into the trade. No, you wait for it to cross over, and once it has crossed over, it must touch the level 25 there. Okay, once it crosses over and touches levels 25, then you know that your signal is ripe for a trade. So that is it. See how far the market went, guys. See how far the market went. Okay, so that's that. Where are you supposed to exit? You go to your M15 time frame and try to look out for and try to wait when the exit when the market goes out of the M15 Bollinger Band. When the market goes out of the M15 Bollinger Band. However, with experience, you can know, with experience in trading, you can know whether or not the market is going to continue going up or it's just a short trade. Okay, guys. So this is very, very simple. As you can see, it went out of the M15 Bollinger Band. Then you need to also try to monitor it, ensure that as the market closes and still it didn't close inside the M15 Bollinger Band, then you can still leave your trade. You can still hold it. But as soon as it closes below the M15, then you can exit the trade. Then for the stop loss, you know where we always put our stop loss. Stop loss would always be below the low, the last candle. So that's that. Then now let's look out for a sell trade, guys. Let's look out for a sell trade. So still on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, now where am I going to? Okay, so look at this particular trade now. If you notice, the market did what? Moved up. Okay, started coming out of the H1 time frame, indicating overbought condition. So it's time to sell. So what we need to do, remember, I'll say we need to look out on the H1 time frame. We need to ensure that the market is out of the band. Then I'll go to the M15 time frame. On the M15 time frame, I need to be sure that the market, the red ADX, is below the green ADX, as you can see here. As you can see here, this is the red, well, this is the green. Okay, so then I move straight to the M5 for my entries. I move straight to the M5 for my entries. Sorry, I think my marker moved. So this is where I was trying to look out for. Yes, then so I'm moving straight to the M5. Now on the M5 time frame, what am I expected to do? I'm going to have to wait for, remember what I said, you wait for the crossover. Okay, the crossover of the red this time from beneath. Okay, crossing over the green, and also it has to touch, remember I said it has to touch what? The levels 25. Once that happens, then you can storm into the trade. Look at it, guys. Can you see how far the trade went? Look at it, guys. Let me move to M15. Look at it, guys. So this was a straight win trade, guys. This was a straight win trade. So these different strategies I usually give to you, they are very, very simple, and I need you to be confident about taking these trades. Okay, I could go on and on to showing you different assets where this works. Okay, even in your deriv volatility, a lot of you keep asking me, does this work for volatility deriv? Does it work for cryptocurrencies and all that? Anything that has got to do with charts, any strategy I give you works for it, please. Okay, so I hope you've learned something today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and also do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you're just knowing this channel for the first time. And so I'll see you in the next video.